Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. In pure consciousness, there is no problem. In pure matter, there is no problem. In absolute electricity, there is no light. In only bulb, there is no light. When the electrical energy passes through the bulb, the light comes. After the light comes, then only the world starts appearing. And when the world starts appearing, problems start multiplying. When problems start multiplying, we go to Babaji. Babaji, please bless me. I am fed up of my wife. What should I do? So the Babaji says, look here. The problems of your life is not your wife or somebody else's wife. The problem is, you are intelligent. Intelligent people never suffer in life, and intellectuals suffer intelligently. So if you are intelligent, you should not suffer. But what happens? Everything we try to establish through cause and effect. Cause and effect is an illusion. This is how the mind is activated. See? We see this thing, look at it and stop. No problem. Look at it and start projecting. Oh, how beautiful they are, so nice, They will look better in my house than in this house, How to pluck it and take away. See? So, mind has one aspect, perception. Second aspect, perception followed by projection. See? And then what this mind does for its own survival. Yesterday I told you that for our body's maintenance we require carbohydrates, proteins and fats. In the same manner, for the existence of the mind generates cause and effect. See? And then what happens? Like the example I gave you, I am miserable because of my wife. So, what is the effect of this? I will try to improve my wife. Has it ever happened? Wife is that species created by God which is improvement proof. And then this miserable husband wants to improve the wife. And his whole life is improving the world. This is how the mind survives. See? Once somebody asked me this question. Don't you feel that your lectures should improve the society? I said, no, I don't feel. On the contrary, I want they to be ignorant. Then only I can maintain my market. If everybody becomes wise, where will I go? So maintain your ignorance. And I am happy. See? Do you know doctors never like healthy people? The moment somebody healthy comes, useless, healthy has come. If somebody miserable here, please come. Why? He can catch his purse. Not pulse, purse. So, depending upon the purse, the patient is treated. If the purse is very thin, he is given medicine and discharge. If the purse is very thick, the patient is maintained. See? So, the mind, what the mind does is create cause and effect. So, when I say I am miserable because of my wife, I try to improve her. When I try to do anything, I go away from myself. Going away from yourself is samsara. And this going away is not only the material world, but also in the spiritual world. How? In the spiritual world, I want to realize God. When will I realize, Swamiji? After your death. Posthumous realization. See? So, the goal of our life becomes God realization. So, if you are focusing your attention on the goal, you are not on the path. See, don't make happiness as the goal of your life. Make happiness as the way of life. Be on the road. See? If this becomes your approach to life, you are living in meditation. No goal. So what the mind does, tries to fix someone else as the cause of my misery. Thereafter, I try to improve that person. And when we know very well, God has failed to improve us. So we, the failures, want to improve the world, a super failure. And by this, the mind survives. See, friends, one day one lady asked me, not lady, he was a doctor probably, yes. He phoned me, Swamiji, I want to come and stay in your ashram. I said, to protect myself from wise people like you, I have no ashram. So don't come. No, you are in Bombay, I'll come to Bombay. I said, don't come to Bombay. If you come, you mind your own place of stay. I have no place. Because I am staying in somebody's house with a condition that I will not have a single guest. Then I said, where are you? I am in Delhi. I said, okay, I am going to Badrinath on such and such day. You come and meet me in such and such place in Delhi. He came. Now I want to come with you to Badrinath. I said, there is no place in our bus. It is packed. I'll take my car. I said, you take car, bekar, I have no problem. So I said, then get your wife also with you. No, Swamiji, she cannot come. I said, why she cannot come? She gets, that traveling sickness. I said, that is my responsibility. You don't worry about it. Who is your wife? Because for the first time I saw, Swamiji, she is my wife. I said, Mama, dhanya hai aap. You are living with such a wise man. Very great you are. So you will come? Yes, I will come. When you told, I will come. If he had told, I would not have come. Then I said, Mama, I will tell you Maha Mantra. And that mantra is that, no, don't tell anybody. With that mantra, you sit in the car and you will never have heel sickness. She went all the way to Badrinath and came back, no problem. I am not going to tell you anybody that mantra. It's a secret. So, he came to Badrinath and there is a place called as Vyas Gufa and Ganesh Gufa. at Mana village. That is the last village on the Indian side. Thereafter the Tibet border begins. So, and the last tea shop, it is written, this is the last shop in India. So, all the people climbed on that, hillock where Vyasa Gufa and Ganesh Gufa is there. And I was sitting there on that Saraswati river on a rock. That is the place I always go and sit. Very beautiful place. So everybody went. I said, hey, you also go. I am not going to leave you, Swamiji. Then, unless you give me Nirvikalpa Samadhi, I will not leave you. I said, you are already in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. No, I am not. I said, please define. What do you mean by Nirvikalpa Samadhi? Tell me. Swamiji, you know. I said, yes, that's why I am telling you, you are already in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. See, only words. I said, Vikalpa means options. Do you have any option in your mind whether you are a body or not? You are so strongly rooted in this notion that I am the body. So you are already in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. What more you want? See, friends, Samadhi cannot be the goal of life. Meditation cannot be the goal of life. So meditation is the path, is the way. And what is the way? It is only one way. And that one way is change your notions. We all have notional life. Today our notion is I am the body. Notion number one. Then notion number two. I am rich, I am poor, I am educated, I am uneducated, I am healthy, I am unhealthy, I am good, I am bad. Second notion. So our whole life is lived notionally. Now find out, can we be the body? See, our body is not created by us. Can anybody say, Swamiji, I am a self-made man, like an amoeba? From the primary cell I am born. No. Our body is not created by us. We have no right on the body. See? And second thing, our body never listens to us. Who wants to be unhealthy? But the body becomes unhealthy. There are people who always dream to reduce the weight because they are a round figure. Whatever they may do. Even if they look at the advertisement of ice cream, they put on 5 kilo. Forget about eating. And the other extreme is there are people who are like, the Agarbatti brand. Even if they eat the whole live buffalo, they continue to be like that. So whole life they are busy. One is busy in reducing the weight, other is busy in putting on the weight. And they keep on waiting. Friends, till such time, we carry this notion that I am body, meditation is a fool's paradise. See? When I accept that I am the body, then what is meditation for me? Meditation is, Swamiji, now I can sit, in one posture, without any movement at all, absolutely. Earlier I could not sit, but now I can sit. Long period of, 2 minutes. See, if only sitting in an undisturbed posture for a long period of time, if that is meditation, all the buffaloes in India, they are Mahayogis. They sit right in the middle of the road. No truck, no vehicle, no person no law and order authority can disturb their posture. And they are so much at peace. See, friends, this is not meditation. According to meditation with reference to the Om, it is not matter oriented. All these meditations where Patanjali talks about is only matter oriented. And then that poor fellow said something and we understand more poorly. See, Patanjali says, Yogaha chitta vritti nirodha. But after that, there is one more sutra. Tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. You know, these two words, when and then, they always come in pair. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srujamyanam yada tada. So when Patanjali says tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam yada, so if there is only suspension of thoughts, it cannot be the yoga. Suspension of thought can happen also by liquid spirituality. Empty the bottle and you are in the Shambhavi Mudra. No problem. That cannot be. And why be afraid of thoughts? See, do we go to the eye doctor and say, Dr. Saab, whenever I open my eyes, I see everything. If you don't see, then there is a problem. See? Similarly, we don't go to the ENT fellow and tell Dr. Saab, when I wake up, when my ears are open, I hear everything. If you don't hear, then there is a problem. See? In the same way, if there are thoughts in the mind, it is not a problem. If there are no thoughts in the mind, then there is a problem. See, that Alzheimer, those people who get, they don't remember who they are, they don't know who they are. So, on their shirt, always they have a stitch label. His name is so and so, and he is a patient of Alzheimer. If found anywhere, this is the phone number, contact will come and take him away. See? So, he has no thoughts in the mind. Does it mean he is happy? See, friends, thoughts are not a burden. See, we have to clearly understand. Mind is required for living. Can anybody think of sitting in meditation throughout life? And what? How long? 10 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. That cannot be meditation. See, friends, therefore, let us understand the working of mind. The mind survives on projection of cause and effect. And by that projection, we get entangled in our own thought process like a cocoon. The silkworm produces its own thread and gets caught and killed in its own cocoon. In the same manner, we are all miserable, never because of anybody or anything in this world. We are miserable only because of our own wrong thinking process. See? Therefore, meditation on Om means correct understanding of the mind, then use the mind to transcend the mind. See, like we take, in the pole vault jump, you run, take a long, nice stick in the hand and fix it in the soil, and with the help of the stick you go up, which you can normally cannot reach that height. Thereafter going, do you hold on to that pillar? No, 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 throw it away and go the other side. See, no, 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 this pillar has brought me up to here, how can I leave? I'll go with that. Arre Dumbo, that is not the purpose. So don't have this wrong notion. If there are no thoughts, it is meditation. No. We have to bypass, transcend the thoughts. Not thoughtlessness, but thought freeness. We are free from the influence of the thoughts. See? I am seeing all of you. No problem. Then after I look at everybody, I don't like this girl. Now problems have started. And then I tell her, hey, I don't like you. She replies, it's your problem. Very true. If I don't like her, it is not her problem, it is my problem. Because where is the liking and disliking? It is not in her, in my mind, is it not? Understand the tricks of the mind. Therefore, the mind is required for perception. Perception through the mind is in the divine kingdom. But perception followed by projection creates my kingdom. See? A woman is created by God. It's a God's creation. That woman is looked upon by three persons in three different ways. The father looks upon the girl as my daughter. His perception about that girl is totally different. The same girl is looked upon by the husband as wife. His perception is perspirational. Now, the same girl is looked upon by her son. That child looks at that lady as my mother. And where is the suffering? Not in the girl, in the daughter, in the wife, in the mother. Come to cognize this subtle point. See? Therefore, when we know this cause and effect is an illusion, mind will stop. See? But why it is so? Because the sky is too high. See, one of the simplest method of meditation I will tell you. Try. Delete 2 words from your dictionary. You know, one Sardarji told his son, when he was told, do this thing, he said, Dad, it is impossible. I can't do it. So the dad said, do you know, in the dictionary of Napoleon, there was no word impossible. The child said, he must have bought a second-hand dictionary. The day you recognize this simple principle, delete these 2 words. One word, why? Second word, how? What is our life? Whiling away the life by howling at the life. Why? And no end. So this is the simplest technique. Drop these 2 words, why and how. Immediately a default question will come from you. But why and how? See, when we stop reacting, there are no questions. If you take a lake, very small pond kind, and a little dry leaf put there will be ripples, is it not? But if you see a deep sea, there let the whole ship sink, no ripples. When our mind reacts, we are like that shallow pond of water at a surface level. But when we go deep, this is meditation on Om. You did not do anything. At this moment, even if I tell you the best joke, you will not laugh. Your mind is dissolving in consciousness. It is something like when you are on the surface of the sea, you are buffeted by the waves. But when you dive deep, not 100 feet, even 10 feet, you go deep in the sea, waves are not in the depth of the sea. In the depth of the mind, there are no thoughts. Thoughts are only at the surface. And which is the surface? The surface is extrovertedness. See anything and stop, no problem. See anything, start projecting. Projections are of 3-4 types. One, we give value to that object. It's very important. Number 2, we add beauty to that object. How beautiful. Third thing, we add a sense, a kind of an object supplying us happiness. It is the source of happiness. Fourth, we project that the incompleteness of our life is because we don't have that object. These 4 things put together create a turmoil in the mind. And when the mind is in turmoil, अशांतस्य कुतः सुखम, नास्ति बुद्धिः अयुक्तस्य, न चायुक्तस्य भावना, न चा भावयतः शांतिः, अशांतस्य कुतः सुखम. See, न चायुक्तस्य बुद्धिः, the one who is not disciplined in his thinking process, his understanding is corrupted. न चायुक्तस्य भावना, he who is not perfectly disciplined, he cannot even do the bhavana, aham brahmasmi. And na bhavayata kutas shantihi, and the one who is thus all the time disturbed, how can he be at peace with himself? And the one who is not at peace with himself, how he can be happy? A person who is at peace with himself, he alone is at peace with the whole world. a person who is at war with himself. He cannot be at peace with the world. See? So this mind has to be disciplined. And when we have the disciplined mind, then Om and the meditation through the Om becomes obvious. See? Now the question is how to discipline the mind. First, don't struggle to discipline the mind. Remember one principle, we should never struggle in life. Wherever there is a struggle, we are going the wrong way. See? Like those who are hard of hearing, they struggle to listen. After 5 minutes, they get tired. Others are okay. But this one who is hard of hearing gets tired. Don't struggle. Then how to control the mind? See? Now understand through few examples. If on my cloth there is some stain, to remove the stain, should I do Vishnu Sahasranam Archana? Om Vishnave Namaha, Om Vachatkaraya Namaha. To remove the stain, apply the proper stain remover. See? If I have hunger in my stomach, then should I start Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Eat food. Simple. See? In the same manner, if mind is disturbed, first of all, let us try to understand what is the meaning of a disturbed mind. Show me your mind which is disturbed. One person asked me this question, Swamiji, my mind is too disturbed, I don't know how to control. I said, okay, you reply my questions in your mind, okay, don't tell loudly. 2 plus 2, 4 plus 4, 8 minus 8. Now tell, what is the reply? 6. I said, Pranam. I said, I get defeated. Where did you do these calculations? In my mind. So you know where is your mind. See. First thing about the control of the mind is, mind has to be disciplined. Be very attentive. We all have 2 powers. They come from Om. One power is the power of knowledge, Jnana Shakti. Second is the power of action, Kriya Shakti. When the Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti, they begin from the same point, therefore they cannot be parallel to each other. When 2 lines originate from the same point, they cannot go parallel. There will be some angle. See, like our fingers, they cannot be parallel. They will have some angle. Now, this is the power of knowledge and this is the power of action. Be very attentive. When we go away from the source, up to here, mind is up to here, the gap between the 2 starts increasing. When the knowledge is not reflected in action, and when actions are not the representative of our own knowledge, the gap has increased. When the gap has increased, we have gone away from the source. Take an example. After we listen to the satsang here and there, we get inspired, spiritual influenza, we get inspired. Tomorrow morning onwards, I am going to get up at 4 o'clock. Next day morning, 4 o'clock. And sleep also breaks. But then mind starts giving advice. Now I am 70 plus. In my whole life I never woke up. There was no problem. Why should I get up now in this old age? It's okay. These Swamis, they have nothing to do. Therefore they are. And then, as usual, we wake up at 10 o'clock. And when we wake up at 10 o'clock, oh God, today also I am good. No, I think I am good for nothing. I cannot achieve anything in life. Please remember, if we disrespect our own knowledge in our own life, we lose self-confidence. See, friends, self-confidence is when you are nearer to the self. And we can be nearer to the self only if the knowledge and action, they are supporting each other. Knowledge is, anger is bad. But unless you become angry, people don't listen. So knowledge is bad, the anger is bad, the knowledge is there, but life is full of anger. See? Now you are listening satsang. You go home and shout at children or do this thing, that thing. They will start talking about themselves, No, mummy has come from satsang, In that they must be telling, become angry with the children. And you become more angry. Don't teach me, I know what it is. Why this happens? Because we justify wrong things. Friends, respect your own knowledge in your own life. See? And when we thus take this as the path of spiritual unfoldment, then mind becomes disciplined. One simple example I'll tell you. We were having a year-ending camp in some place in India, and there were about 300 children. And at midnight on 31st December, we had a beautiful dance and all with the candlelight and Happy New Year and all kinds of things. After that was over, so I said, okay, now everybody retires, go back. And remember, we were starting every day at 6 o'clock. Tomorrow also, we start at 6 o'clock. No delay. When I said like this, there was one retired brigadier in charge of the school. He said, Swamiji, can I say a few words? I said, sir, you bless our children. It's good. They are bored of hearing me all the time, so you bless something different. He came and he said, this is the best message I have ever heard in my whole life. Then I was explaining the children why they should continue the same way in the 6 o'clock in the morning, because our yesterday should not cloud and influence our today. Then you are living in meditation. Normally what we do, no, last night I was sleeping up to 12 or 1 o'clock and Hare Ram, give one. No. Then only the discipline comes. See, it's not difficult. And second thing is, never leave any place with loose ends. See, if you have to complete the job, complete it. May what happen. And go. But don't take that as an excuse. Therefore, in the next day, I will wake up at 10 o'clock. No way. Wake up at your whatever time decided, finish your morning things, take breakfast, then go to sleep up to 12 o'clock. Doesn't matter. But start your day at the same time. You will remain inspired. Living inspiration is proximity to the divinity. Living in perspiration is enslavery or slavery with the matter. See, friends. Therefore, to control the mind, discipline the mind. And friends, when discipline comes from within, it's a freedom. When discipline is imposed from outside, it is a bondage. Discover your freedom by self-discipline. One. Second thing, to control the mind. Educate the mind. When mind is disciplined and controlled, we are as if coming back home. See. Then let the waking experience come and go. When the dream come and go, the deep sleep come and go, the samadhi meditation come and go, it makes no difference. Like for the eyes, it makes no difference. Whether it is a green color, a red color or maroon color, it makes no difference. Eyes remain untouched. Similarly, the pure consciousness indicated by Om remains untouched, undisturbed by object of experience, by the experience of the object, and by the experiencer of the object. Object is flower, remains undisturbed. Experience of the object is a beautiful flower. Consciousness remains undisturbed. Third, I have seen such lovely flowers in his house. So the experiencer also doesn't touch. This absolute untouched reality is what is indicated by Om. Trishu dhamasu yad bhogyam bhokta bhogascha yad bhavet tebhyo vilakshanas sakshi chinmatroham sadashiva. The one which is illuminating the waking, dream and deep sleep experiences along with the three components of each experience, namely experienced, experiencer and experiencer. All the three cannot touch. Like the space remains untouched by the four elements. Earth cannot bend the space. Waters cannot wet the space. Fire cannot burn the space. Air cannot dry the space. In the same manner, that which is indicated by Om remains untouched by the gross world, the dream world, the deep sleep experience of absence, and the experiences of the waking, dream and deep sleep, and the experiencers also, the waker, dreamer and deep sleeper. That is our essential nature. Abiding in this 24/7 is possible. Thereafter, we start functioning through the body. No more live as the body. Thereafter, we start functioning through the senses. No more live as the senses. When we live as the body, our whole spiritual practice is maintenance of a figure. When we are living as sense organs, our whole spiritual practice is eat this, don't eat this. See? If we are living as the mind, non-stop emotional, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. We have to use these instruments. Like the glasses are the instrument. They are not looking at you. Suppose I had to go out and I say, come on kids, be aware, my glasses are there, okay? Glasses are not looking at you. There are eyes behind the glasses. Eyes are not looking at you. There is mind behind the eyes. Mind is not looking at you. The consciousness which is expressing as the mind is looking at all that is known by the mind and which is unknown to the mind. Come to this absolute one. It is for this purpose Om is used as a alambana. Kathopanishad says, Etadalambanam sreshtam, etadalambanam param, etadalambanam jnatva, yo yadichati tasya tat. Om is the ultimate support. See? When words are used for spiritual practice, words give knowledge. Therefore, the meditation on Om is not a mechanical process. You do anything mechanically, you will lose charm of your life. We come across so many people. One lady in Bombay told me, Swamiji, I have come to confess. I said, I am not a confectionery. I don't want your confession. No. I don't get interest in doing puja. I said, don't do puja. Who wants your puja? God is happy without you. No, I am feeling very bad. Earlier I used to get up in the morning, do the puja and then do the japa and everything, but now I don't feel like it. Don't do it. Is it not a sin? I said, it is not a sin. It is a maha sin. Oh, don't. Then the question comes, what should I do? I say, start doing again. But to be very frank with you, I don't feel like doing. Taking the same mala in the hand, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. It is becoming so mechanical that I have lost charm in my life. Friends, anything you do mechanically, you are a robot, not a living being. See? Prepare your chapati and I don't know, I got married in this house, I don't know. Don't do anything mechanically. See? Whenever we do anything mechanically, there is no joy in that. See? Do whatever you have to do, cheerfully and happily. So like the other activities of life, our spirituality is also mechanical. हाँ चलो meditation कर ही लेते हैं. Meditation. And then you go for meditation. And after you go for meditation, sit down. हाँ कितने घंटे करना है? You are not even started, man. And how long I had to sit? No, nothing, 6 hours. Oh, 6 hours is too much, you know. See, friends. And therefore, our spiritual life becomes a boredom. See? If somebody is really walking the spiritual path, he can never have the experience of boredom. See? The difference is, those who are abiding in the self, they have dispassion. See? And those who are frustrated in life, it is a disease. And from that frustration, they are withdrawn from the world. I don't feel like doing anything, you know. Okay, let's go for a walk. What is there to go for a walk? Simply walk. I don't know. Great Mahatma, such dispassion, he even doesn't like to walk. See, friends, dispassion and depression, they are twins. You won't know which is depression and which is dispassion. Depression is that which is seeking attention. Suppose I straight away walk from here, you will not even notice me. But while going, oh God, Swamiji, what happened? What happened? If you ask me earlier, I will not do this. Now see, we have got this young boy Ashin with us. We are all meeting each other. Has anybody asked anybody about how is your palm? But his palm has got something, you know. Everybody asks, you know, hey, what happened to you? What happened to you? What happened to you? See, those who are depressed, they are strongest ego. And those who have strongest ego, they are most miserable. More miserable one is, stronger is the ego. Less miserable you are, less is the ego. God has no ego. Therefore, Paramanandam, Paramasukadam, Kevalam, Jnanamurtim. See, friends. That is the meaning of meditation on Om. But which asana we should do this meditation? In Shirshasana. See, friends. Do Shirshasana and touch your feet to the ceiling and then do meditation. What will happen? To whom? Ceiling will be held in place. See, friends, let the divine bliss express through us, in and through every action, every word, every thought. See? If Paramatma indicated by Om is bliss, and if we are the expression of that bliss, why there should be blisters? There cannot be. Therefore, misery is an illusion. Bliss is the reality. So when we are miserable, we are going away from our own self. Why we all want to sleep is only because of this. We know unknowingly that we are of the nature of bliss. So what do? We drop everything and then close the windows and doors, cover ourselves, and then nothing else. Commitment. I want to sleep, I want to sleep, I want to sleep. Similarly, I want to meditate, I want to meditate, I want to meditate. What should I do? This asana, that asana, this pranayam, that pranayam, Bhasrika, what should I do? And finally, one gets tired. The I who wanted to sleep, when I disappears along with the want, what happens is only sleep. So meditation on Om is that, where there is freedom from I. There is no freedom for I. Discard this I and come to discover that there are not many eyes. If we look inside, it's a poultry farm. Cock, 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 cock. He said like this, what is this? Inside we are not one. We only ask question. If you say like this, I will say like this thing. If you say like this, I will say like this thing. And with that preparation you go to him. He even doesn't look at you. And when you are happy, you remain in the present, man. When you are worried, you go in the future. When you are buried, you go in the past. You know, in Indian states, UP, Bihar, Orissa, Bengal, Nepal, in these languages, V is not pronounced. The V is replaced by B. Originally the Vangadesh, they call Bangladesh. And therefore, people from these states, they are never worried. You know, there was one Bengali boy, many years before. He came and complained to me, Swamiji, I told that my friend that he should, like he gets up in the morning, but I cannot get up. So I told him, why don't you bake me up? And he started laughing. Why don't you bake me up? So take him, wrong. So when I also laugh, Swamiji, you are also laughing. I said, you are a great joke cutter, yaar. Bake me up in the morning. Put something, butter. Therefore, about the future, no worries, and about the past, no worries. You are living in meditation 24/7. This is what Om and the meaning of Om is. Don't go into the mechanical, structural thing, Om is, A means this, B means this, C means this. It won't help. So the last thought, only one thing you try. Stop talking to yourself. Talk to others. But instead of that, we stop talking to others and go with the paper and pen. What did you write? I can't see, understand. I want a cup of tea. Okay. Cup of tea is given. No sugar. Hey Baba, talk na. Don't get. All these are non-essential. Similarly, observing fast. See, one thumb rule I will tell you to be in meditation. Keep the stomach full and head empty. What we do? We keep the stomach empty and head full. क्या खाएंगे क्या Instead of eat and enjoy, living in this mode 24/7 is called as meditation according to Om. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.